Hello, good morning. What's up? Welcome to the first day of online education. I'm Andrew Hartman. This is specifically for USGP students. I'm just going to sort of lay out what the expectations are for the foreseeable future. I would like to say off the bat, education is cool and important and fun and definitely pertinent to the advancement of American society, but it's not the most important thing right now in the world. So make sure that your mental and physical health is being taken care of, and do not stress out about this as much as humanly possible. The general expectations for the first week for all classes should be get enrolled in Buzz, log on, maybe take an inventory form, like checking in with your teacher or sending an email, and there might be some like initial like first week activity, but it should be pretty chill, pretty light. It should not be academically rigorous. And that is the expectation that's been set out to all teachers. So we're just all getting acclimated this week. And then next week, you can start to pursue more of the academic things that we might be doing during the course of this online rollout. So the site that we're looking at right now currently is the USGP website that will still be up, still be active, but the simulation just won't be active. Okay, we just can't use the simulation online, at least not in this environment and in this circumstance without any preparations to do so. So what is happening is all Gov teachers have agreed to a basic sort of setup, and we will all be doing the exact same things online. We are keeping two components to the simulation. One is the bill writing process. Two is committee hearings. Okay, so we're going to try and replicate to the best of our ability the committee hearing process. We don't know what that looks like yet, but we will be formulating a plan and dropping that on you if we're still online come May. Okay, so hopefully you're enrolled in the Buzz class. The Buzz class enrollment codes were sent individually to classes and as well as just recently to all of my students so that everybody has access to the codes for all the classes that I teach. Please only enroll for the classes that you're currently enrolled in. But if for whatever reason you got time and you're not being academically challenged or whatever, and you want to check out what's going on in contemporary U.S. history or hip hop, feel free to do that. I'm okay with that. Okay. You won't get any credit for it, just so you know. All right. So when we hit Buzz and you've been enrolled, you'll come to this landing page that'll have your classes. These are the classes that I currently teach. Here's what the homepage for my Buzz website for USGP looks like. It has a link to the legislative semester website. It's got a link to the open office Zoom meeting that I will run from 10 in the morning to noon every single day, Monday through Friday. If you're not in the Zoom or you find it creepy and weird or whatever, you're always free to just shoot me emails or communicate via the Buzz communication system, which is outlined on Buzz as well. Also on the landing page is just how we spell out what's going to happen week by week. So again, you can see this is the week of March 30th. So the bare expectation is to complete the Google form that I have located on Buzz and to just try and reconnect with your bill group members because we're going to return to bill writing next week. Okay. Additionally, outside of the bill writing process, it says that there are these module lessons that you will be doing. Typically we would deliver some content to you guys during the course of the remainder of the semester to prepare you for your final, which is a farewell address. We will be doing that final at some point, but we don't really know what's going to happen. We don't know if we're returning to school the first week in May. We don't know if we're returning to school in September or somewhere in between in there. So we are planning ahead to at least be out till April 30th because that is when the President of the United States has stated that we will be out for. Currently, April 24th is the date that the governor for Wisconsin has set. So that's kind of what we are just concretely trying to get out there. So this pacing guide is pretty straightforward. It's like, what are your expectations to do that week? And it goes week by week by week. I've also embedded into the expectations here short videos such as this that basically just remind you of what is going on. So, for example, if you click on the Bill Writing Introduction link, it'll take you to a YouTube video that basically outlines, like, remember what it is that we're doing here. This is what an introduction is, or section 2 is, or section 1 is, and so on and so forth. Okay, so it's critical this week that you do just like touch base with your Bill group members, make sure you have their contact information so that you can effectively communicate on the bill itself. You'll notice that in all of your USGP folders, there is 2 things that I want to highlight. The first is this how to write a bill presentation, which is what I'm going to be using to just kind of give you 10, 15 minute like quick video links that'll outline different components of the bill writing process so you can reference them. There'll also be a final bill template in all of your folders. Now, you need to figure out which one of these templates you're going to be utilizing. And it looks like this. So the homepage for your bills, like, it is not necessary to do anything with that outside of putting in your representative names, committee assignment, HB number, etc. Just leave it all blank. The place that you're doing this work is on this page of the template. Okay. And so you have an introduction with an enacting clause, which I introduced to you during the first video. Section 1, guidelines and requirements, which is the most significant part of your bill and what you're going to spend the vast majority of your time on. Those 2 things are going to take you all the way to basically the last week in April. Okay. Additionally, there will be a module lesson on federalism that you basically are going to complete as we move through that bill writing process. Okay. And on the Constitution and on the legislative branch. So during the week of April 6th through 10th, collectively, you guys are going to want to watch the bill writing introduction and section 1 video. You're going to want to take a look at the research sources overview that is provided to you and basically come up with a time frame for you guys to get on this document and maybe do some work, okay? And have a conversation in like the comments in the margins or using GroupMe or Snapchat or whatever format you want to use to talk to each other. You could also set up your own Zoom session to have conversations that way so you can visually see each other. Or Google Hangout, or there's a bazillion ways to do this. God bless America, right? Okay, so what you'll see outside of this landing page and some of the resources to do some of the work that you need to do is you can ignore all this. You're not going to see this on yours. You'll see the initial contact, how to communicate with my teacher, and then you'll see this U.S. and Government and Politics online sort of thing. So I have put a US GP Buzz intro form. This is my only expectation that you do this week. That way I just kind of know a sense of where you are, who's here, who's been on the website already, and who has contact info for their bill groups and what questions might exist, so I can get back to you or be prepared to answer those for open office hours. So that's all you have to do this week. Okay, first week. The next thing is, you'll notice on, again, the landing page, is it says like for the following week, you've got this module lesson number 1, da-da-da-da-da. The way that this program works, just for transparency, is some of your teachers might open up every single lesson for the entire whatever they had planned so that you can take a look at that. Others might only open things up as they want you to do them. So, for example, right now, the only things that you can see is the intro form and this introduction and debate assignment, this federalism reading, and this federalism quiz, right? So that's the expectations that you have finished for the following week, according to the calendar that we have there, okay? So if, let's just say, for whatever reason, you decided to log in and do all that today, you'd be done with USGP related things until, the end of April 10th. Okay. So there's ways that I'm going to just give you some freedom to either get ahead or procrastinate to the last minute. But this pacing guide is just a general guide to make sure that you understand, okay, by the end of April 10th, I need to have an introduction written for our bill. I need to have module lesson number 1 done and the quiz submitted. Done. Right? So it's a lot of self-guidance, which can be good for some of you. It's going to be horrible for others. 'Tis the nature of the game. So that's kind of the gist of what's going on. Definitely be aware that the bill writing headquarters and the research and citations page are where you're going to want to live and breathe and doing some of this research. Everything that was due before we left school will be graded and put into IC as if that's how we're going to move forward. However, there's some things you should probably know about that. Number 1, there is no communication as of yet as to how we're going to be grading for third quarter. Third quarter grades, while they go into IC, they do not go in your transcripts. This semester will be pass-fail. How does that look? We don't know, but we're going to figure it out. But just know that embedded honors for USGP will still be available, but you will only be able to have access to the honors options that were available during the simulation that are going to be able to be done, right? So for example, if you are an honors student doing some of these things, there are some assignments in here that we have edited so that you only see the ones that are going to be available and accessible from this online situation, okay? So if you started honors or if you were considering honors, and you have questions, consult the USGP website. But generally speaking, all information that you need is right here. And as an honors student, it's your obligation to read it and figure it out and or to contact me and ask questions. Okay. The other thing I just want to show you before we end this video is the bill writing headquarters. It has all information that you need, including the updated, very simplified and color-coded bill writing calendar, some resources for different sections, how you're going to be assessed on the bill, a checklist to make sure that when you get to the final state of the bill writing process, you have access to sort of make sure you're dotting your I's and crossing your T's. Again, another accessible point to the how to write a bill template, and some other potential resources that you might find intriguing and or just want to ignore altogether. That's about all I got for this morning. Come see me during office hours if you just want to say what's up or if you just want to ask a question, and have fun. Enjoy your time at home. Get outside. Turn off your screens. Don't spend too much time stressing about, buzz and education and schooling. Just learn about things that you find interesting and do the best you can to communicate with your teachers if you're struggling with anything, because we're all here to help. All right, keep it real. The COVID break of 2020 is out.